Okay, I apologize for the inconvenience, guys. I'm glad you guys back in.
Yeah,
Gurpreet is on now. Yeah,
right. Apologies, everyone, for this ending the meeting for everyone. I was
that's
just
okay.
trying to share my screen here. Okay. So I welcome all of you to this ServiceNow business analyst training. Before we talk about ServiceNow business analysis or any careers, right? I want to say one important thing that you are here because this role is absolutely achievable for all of you. So it does not matter if you are from a technical background. Sorry, am I audible? I can. Okay, somebody.
You can mute everyone, Gurpreet. You can mute everybody. You can go to the participants and you can mute everybody.
Okay, great.
Folks, please mute yourself.
Yes. Thank you, Sudesh. Okay, so I was saying that you're here because this role is absolutely achievable for all of you. So it does not matter if you're from a technical background or a non-technical background, and if you're already a business analyst, because this course is designed for all three of you. Because if you can understand people and if you can understand the processes and problems, right? So this is right where you are. And today is not about pressure. Today is about having the clarity, the confidence, and the direction towards this role, where we can understand that how exactly this goes on in service now, why it is important, and what where you can actually see yourself in the coming time. So we are going to explore one of the most powerful enterprise platforms in the world. It has been like marked as number one in the Forbes recently, that is ServiceNow. And I will show you that how business analysts bridge the gap between the business needs and the technical solutions. So my name is Gurpreet, and this is the agenda for today. We will have our welcome and introductions. Then we will have a quick overview of the ServiceNow platform, like how, in terms of industry context, it goes around. Then there is an ecosystem around the ServiceNow, which we will have a high level overview for today. There are different releases and a little bit information about the architecture. Then we will understand the importance of the BA, ServiceNow BA specifically, and how the day of a BA looks like. Then we will go through the roadmap, which we are going to cover in this training. At the end of this session, I would love to have some Q&A with all of you so that we can get our all the doubts clarified. So I will begin with my introduction. My name is Gurpreet, and I have been working as a ServiceNow business process consultant for several years. I help global clients design their automated workflows, and especially in the HR, IT, and operations. So I have my hands-on experience in Agile, ITL, DevOps, pre-sales, scoping, and I'm certified in ITL V4. I have my ServiceNow CSA, ITSM, HRSD, CSM. I have done my 15 plus micro certifications because when you do, you have ample time. So you can always utilize your weekends to upskill yourself. That's the key to growth in life. And then I had my life project experiences in other high demand modules such as item discovery. So you must be thinking, okay, we are here to, get to know about service now, but what all she's speaking about, ITSM, HRSD, CSM. So these are just the different areas in service now. Just like, you go into a mall, you have a food area, you have something to buy your clothes for, you have a theater. Similarly, in service now, we have ITSM, HRSD, CSM. So these are the different areas our industry needs, right, to work efficiently. So I have had my experience with both the private and public sector clients, on-site client experience as well. And I have served multiple hats. So when you are actually a BA, business analyst, you are collaborating with a lot of team members, not only the client. Okay. So, yeah, that is about me. But before we proceed ahead, I would love to know about all of you. So let's do a quick round of introductions. Tell us your name, your background, and one thing that you hope to learn from this course. So we can start with Narinder. I can see your name on the screen. just a quick round of introduction, what your name and what's your background and one thing that you want to hope to learn from this course.
Okay, my name is Aline. I'm a
Thank
business system analyst, and I have
Great.
already worked with. Hello, hi. Okay, so I have already worked with ServiceNow, and I would like to learn a little more. As you said, I know this is in high demand, so I'd like to learn how a BA could be the liaison between the technical teams and the business team. Thank you.
Hi, Gurpreet. This is Parimala.
Hi, Barimala. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. Thank you for asking, Gurpreet. How are you doing?
I'm doing good as well. Thank you.
Thank you. I have been worked as a Scrum Master for the last 8 years, and I have been supporting Agile teams on large scale enterprise implementations. So my focus, or why am I attending this ServiceNow ITBA certification, is to get a better visibility or to bridge the gap between the business requirements and the implementation with the development team. So I hope that I would complete this gap to understand what's the business requirement from the stakeholders' point of view, as well as how to deliver it to them.
Definitely, Parimala. We are going to deep dive into each of these concepts, and it's definitely going to be a lot helpful for you. Thank you so much for your introduction.
Thank you. Nice to meet you all.
Likewise. Okay.
Gurpreet, I will go next. This is Vinay Kulkarni.
Hi, Vinay.
I'm working as a business analyst, Scrum Master, and a project manager currently for provincial Ontario as an independent consultant. I come from a development background of 10 plus years into Java.net, currently working as a business systems analyst and project manager.
Great.
I would like to explore ServiceNow and build my expertise because, as you said, this, and as Sudesh said, it's an emerging technology, and because and I would like to explore more and build my expertise around it. Thank you.
Sure. That's great, Vinay. Good to know about you. Thank you so much.
Yeah,
Next,
thanks.
we have. Yeah.
Hi, Gurpreet. This is Michelle here. Hi. Hi, everyone. So my background was in software development, and then I branched into being a business analyst. And I thought my career felt very stagnant, and I thought I would specialize, and that is the reason why I picked ServiceNow.
Thanks, Michelle. Really good to know about you. Looking forward to connect more. Okay, I can see next we have Habib.
Hi, Gurpreet and everybody else. This is Habib Rehman. I'm here currently in New Jersey, USA. Just for the last couple of months, I've been watching some news and watching some videos over the YouTube talking about ServiceNow platform. And there's a couple of things got interest for me to look into how the business analyst part of role working in ServiceNow, and then how is it different than ServiceNow, the other I would say services they provide. And I find myself interest to learn about more as a business analyst is part of the ServiceNow. That's why I join with you guys today. And I hope
Great.
it goes well and we learn some good stuff out of it. Thank you.
Sure. Thank you, Habib. You're definitely going to enjoy ServiceNow a lot because it's a low code, no code platform. So, and there is a lot more to learn over here.
Thank you.
Thanks. Yeah. Next, I can see we have Karthik with us.
Hi, Gurpreet and everyone. So I'm looking to transition into IT, and I've been considering other options like data analyst and business intelligence for quite a while. And
Okay.
my reason to choose BA is, uh, the requirement of minimal skill set, because the other roles needed like mm, number of skill set along with programming or scripting language. And my intention in this course is to have a hands-on training with the tool and
Okay.
to gain confidence. That's it.
Thank you, Karthik. Next, I think next we have Vinay. Vinay, we have already covered you. Shreya, would you like to go next?
Hey, hi, Gurpreet. Hello, everyone. Yes, my name is Shreya Shah. I have recently, migrated to Canada, and I am into project management from last 10 years. So I have a 10 years experience into IT. I somehow, wanted to switch my, career to some some technical tool, or upskill myself, so that I can uh, help my client with data analytics or something. So I'm still exploring, and I have worked on ServiceNow before. So I used to do some report extraction, and building the reports by adding some queries. So I have a fair knowledge about it, not that deep, but I'm curious to learn more about it. So that is the reason, I was hoping to get into some certification or learning about ServiceNow.
That's right, Shreya.
Yep.
So certifications are a great way to show the credibility into the ServiceNow domain. And
Correct.
I would say we first start with the CSA. Those are like Certified System Administration Fundamentals.
Mm-hmm.
So over the time, as we will be covering our course, you will be easily able to crack the certification. So that will be, I would say, first step into the ServiceNow. Really
Okay.
good to know about you. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you. Yep.
Next, we have
Hi there.
Bhav.
It's
Yes.
Narinder. Sorry, I missed my
Thank-
spot earlier.
No worries.
Hi there. So right now I'm working as like senior technical support in Mississauga. So it's like a technology company. So I'm very curious like from day one, but I'm just like a bit confused with like career turn because I haven't explored this area. And today I have seen a positive news about ServiceNow. It's integrated with AI, and so they said like the future is really vast. So that's why I'm here. Thank you, everyone.
Great, Narinder. I'm sure you're going to have a wonderful journey here. And ServiceNow indeed has a lot of capabilities, integrations with the AI, because it is getting changed with the time, right? They keep on adapting to new things. So no wonder that's why it's like in the top at the market, right, in today's state. Thank you so much. Okay. Next we have Sid.
Yeah, hi, good evening, guys. I don't have any background in technical. I've always been in the business. A long time ago, I did some IT courses, and now I want to switch to some job service. I'm planning to do ServiceNow because I heard lots of opportunities in ServiceNow industry. So that's why I'm exploring my options. That's it. Thanks.
Thank you, Siddharth. Yeah. Then next we have Uju. Am I pronouncing your name correctly? Please correct me if
Yes,
I'm
you
wrong.
pronounced my name right. Sorry, I don't know if I missed the spot.
Uh,
I'm a senior business system analyst. I have over a decade of experience in capital markets.
okay.
My last experience was at Bank of America as a contract role, and I'm actually out there in the market looking for another role. I worked a lot with the ITSM at Bank of America, and I did see this webinar, and I wanted to be a part of it just to learn, have a formal introduction to ServiceNow. So that's how come
Great.
I'm here.
Thanks, Uju. So since you have already spent a lot of time in this role and in the main capital market, I'm pretty sure we would get to learn many things from you, right? throughout the time
Thank
at
you.
this. Thank you.
Sure. Thank you.
Okay, next we have Renee.
Yes, hello.
Hi. I'm
Yes,
sorry if I
hi.
pronounced your name incorrectly.
Yeah, it's Rania actually.
Ania, yeah.
No, yes, it's okay. My name is Rania. I live in Maryland. And I actually did get my education as a business analyst before, but I didn't really find much. I didn't actually get any services as far as, you know, mock interview or having my portfolio built or anything, but I'm looking to advance into it and just grow into the business and actually getting all the tools that I need to actually become a business analyst. That's what I'm looking for.
Thanks, Rania.
You're welcome.
Okay. I see. Next we have Junaid. Have we covered you? Are we done with the introduction? I'm sorry if I don't remember. I think we haven't had, right? Junaid, Shafi, Rafal, Diana, any one of you, if you would like to go next. Imad.
I'll go
Okay,
next.
no.
I'm Bhavna.
Hi, Bhavna.
Hi, I basically I do not have any IT background, but I am from business background as well as some airlines experience, and I just wanted to do some career change, and I thought I contacted Sudesh and he suggested me to try this ServiceNow platform and learn about that. So I am here to try this course or some class sessions to see if I'm interested in that or not.
Sure, Bhavna. First 3 sessions, you will get to know a lot more about ServiceNow. So this will be a huge deciding factor for you if this is going to be beneficial. And I hope you join us over the journey. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Yes, I see some of the introductions in the chat. So I would like to read it aloud. So we have from Shafi, he says that I'm taking this path because it is not programming oriented and I do not like programming. That's right. That's where you can shine as a BA. So from Diana, no background in ServiceNow and want to explore opportunities to get a position in the future. That's a great start, Diana, I would say. Then we have from Mac, he's from healthcare background and ready to try a new career path. Great, good to know. And Jawad, I'm working as a business analyst for a non-profit org and has around 3 years of experience. He recently got his ITIL V4 Foundation certificate, but haven't got the chance to use it. So, okay. So, Sudesh, the question is that would we share the recording later? From Jawad. So, I think Sudesh can answer this question. If this
Sorry, come
recording is,
again.
yeah.
Sorry, what is
So
it?
Jawad is asking if we are going to share the recording later.
Yeah.
Okay.
Our team will, you guys have all registered, so one of our team members are going to send you the recording by tomorrow morning.
Okay.
Right.
So, thank you.
Yeah.
Okay. So just give me a second. Okay. So Jawad is working. Jawad, I have covered you already, right?
Yes, you just did.
Okay, great. Thank you. Then I think, have I missed anyone's? No, I am. Okay. So Bhavin is covered. Then we have Jen. So he's transitioning into IT roles. Here to see if ServiceNow BA roles align with my career trajectory. Definitely in the first 3 days, first 3 sessions, or maybe more, you can have it as a deciding factor whether you're going to whether it's going to be useful for you. So I think we have pretty much covered everybody now with the introductions. So let's now go back to the ServiceNow introduction. Let me share my screen again back to the PPT. I hope it's visible for everyone.
Yes.
Perfect. Thank you, Sudesh, for confirming. Okay. So Now we had our introductions. I'm really glad to have you all on board, and I hope we all continue our journey moving onwards. So, this course is job oriented, as most of us are looking for, right? And you will think like real ServiceNow business analyst by the end of the completion of this course, and not as students only. The goal is that you build that confidence, you have the clarity how to move ahead in your career, and then you are ready for the market as well. So now we talk about who this course is for, right? So let's start with something very simple. Think about the last problem you have faced recently. Um, Maybe your laptop didn't work, or maybe your salary was incorrect, right? Or maybe your internet was slow. So now you can think that how did you explain that problem to someone else? Anybody who would like to volunteer for this? So we are talking about the last problem you faced. Maybe your internet stopped working, or your laptop didn't work, or maybe your salary was incorrect, right? Now think, how did you explain that problem to someone else now? Anybody would like to go ahead? That how you explain the issue to somebody in particular? For example, you're working in a company and your laptop stopped working. So how would you go about explaining about it?
I just want to say, if you allow me, that I think
Yes.
there should be some internal communication or software should be installed in one of those, computers that I say, so they can
Mm-hmm.
communicate each other and send each other messages if there's a problem.
Okay. Yeah, that's right. So you would explain what the issue is, right? Or you will say when the issue exactly started or how it impacted you, right? And what are you expecting out of it now as a part of resolution? So the moment you did that, you were actually doing business analysis, because business analysis is not just about the tools, it is about explaining the problems clearly. So when you explain the what, when, how, and why, right, and what are you expecting, this is actually a part of the business analysis, and it's a core skill. The curiosity of an individual to ask the right set of questions is what makes you a good BA. So now, how many of you are from a technical background? I think we have good number of people, right? And we have a lot of people who are from non-tech background as well, and a lot more are already serving as a business analyst. So now, how many of you have ever explained something complicated in simple words? I'm pretty sure who are already business analysts, they have already explained complex scenarios to their clients in a very simpler language, because that's what you as a BA do. That skill is more valuable than knowing any technology. So, ServiceNow can be taught, confidence can be built, but the clarity of thinking is the real skill of a business analyst. So, if you're good at dealing with people, asking the right questions, you're good with understanding the processes, you're already in the right track for becoming a ServiceNow BA. Now, I will give you a real life example. Imagine you go to HR for a laptop issue, just like we were discussing earlier, one example, and you don't care how it is fixed, right? You care that what you asked for and when you will get it back and who is responsible for fixing the laptop. This particular thinking, as I said, the what, when, how, and why is business analysis. So, now, let me set expectations very clearly that this is not a course where I will overload you with theory. We will focus more on the practical part to actually understand the things in the real world, that how ServiceNow works. And this is not a course where you will be judged, right? And this is definitely not a course where you need to know coding. Um, this is a job oriented training. So, my goal is to make you think like a real ServiceNow business analyst and not like a student. So, by the end of this journey, I want you to stay. I can confidently sit in a ServiceNow business analyst interview. And I'm assured of it that you all of you will be doing really well by the end of this course. So now, if I have to just give a quick overview, that if you're already understand the systems, so we will add business thinking if you're from a tech background. And if you're from a non-tech background, you already understand the people and processes. So we will add the tool knowledge. So the tool is ServiceNow here. And if you're already an existing business analyst, you already understand what a BA does, right? So now we will map your BA skills to the ServiceNow language. So as a part of conclusion, ServiceNow BA is not about coding, it's about asking the right questions, right? So now let's see what is exactly ServiceNow, right? So ServiceNow is basically, let me start with the not a typical definition. It's already written on the screen. I want to keep this entire training which you can relate or understand better with the real life examples. So in every company, employees raise request that, okay, my laptop is not working, or a new employee is joining, right? Or I need a password reset, I have a issue in my payroll, I need access to certain SharePoint or a certain meeting, right? Now before ServiceNow, how these things will be are getting handled in the company through emails or Excel sheets or calls. There is like a lot of mess around these things because there is no proper tracking, and there is a lot of manual work involved. But ServiceNow came to organize all this mess. So in a simple definition, I would say ServiceNow is a platform that helps companies to manage the work, the request and services all in one place. Now think of ServiceNow like if you have any food ordering app in your in Canada, or in US. Over here in India we have Zomato or Swiggy. So now think of ServiceNow like that food ordering app for corporate work. You raise a request, you see the status. Now someone is assigned to deliver your food or cook your food, and then you keep on getting the updates that your food is 10 minutes away or 5 minutes away, and you get the delivery. So ServiceNow does the same, but it does for IT, HR, facilities, security, finance, and other departments, right? And why companies love ServiceNow? Because there are no lost requests now. There is clear ownership. There is a faster resolution. Everything is getting tracked. There are reports for management to look into. And there is automation instead of manual follow ups, right? So companies don't buy ServiceNow for the technology only, they buy it for the visibility and the control into their organization. So that's where we need to understand how important it is. And even if you see the market presence of ServiceNow, as I already said, it's like listed number one in the Forbes recently. It's Fortune 500 adoption, and it's just started as a ticketing tool. It was all about resolving the incidents a company is facing, and then over the time they have evolved so much. Now they are covering every area. They are covering the legal, security. No wonder why companies are adapting to ServiceNow, because they find a one-stop solution for the organization. Now even if you have to do shopping or do some grocery shopping, you are free on a weekend, would you prefer going to a mall where you can actually see a grocery store, a chemist store, and shopping and food outlets all together into one place? Or would you go to some another cafe which is only like only for the food? So you will prefer going to a mall because you will get all the services all together at one place. That's how ServiceNow works for you. So I hope we are good so far. If you all are aligned with the ServiceNow, that what exactly it is and how it eases up the life of the organizations, then we will move ahead. Okay, I will take it as a no. So as I was talking about ServiceNow ecosystem overview, right? Now that we understand what ServiceNow is, what it does, let's explore its ecosystem. That means the world inside the ServiceNow. Now, ServiceNow has main four workflow families. First is IT workflows. It includes ITSM, which is about resolving the incidents or any problems in the company or the changes that needs to be there. And ITOM, which is about operations management, the assets in the company, the laptops, the servers, the Wi-Fi connections, right? And then ITBM, which is now known as SPM, strategic portfolio management, right? So it is about the project management, the resources, get assigning resources on a particular project, taking care of the finances. So everything which is related to IT, it comes under the first workflow, which is IT workflows. These help IT teams run like a business. Then we have employee workflows. So these are like HR which is known as so first one we have over here is HRSD, because no matter which organization, every organization is going to need HR department. How else the resources will be handled, right? Who will take care of the leave policy, the their payroll and everything, if they are facing any issue at workplace. So HR is highly in demand. ITSM and HRSD are highly in demand. These are like one of the core modules. So that's why, because HR is all about people and processes, it comes under employee workflows. So if somebody is getting new hired, there is a workplace related thing, it all is getting covered under workplace, employee workflows, because this focuses on improving the employee experience. Then we have customer workflows, which is CSM and FSM, uh, known as customer service management and field service management. So you can think of it as a post sales or support processes. Now your company signed up with ServiceNow, right? We delivered a project to them. After that, they are going to need some kind of support, right? That okay, how to manage their customers or how to manage their field services. So that is what customer workflows are all about. Lastly, the fourth category we have over here is creative workflows. So it is all about the integration with the third platforms, AI getting integrated with ServiceNow, right? So it let organizations build custom apps from the scratch and without any heavy coding, because ServiceNow is a low code, no code platform. I would like to emphasize on this fact, because you don't need to be a tech expert. You don't need to be, you don't need to have coding as your forte, right? So anybody can build a custom app from the scratch with the minimal coding, without any heavy coding in ServiceNow. So that is our fourth workflow is what all about. So now I have a fun analogy which I would like to use. ServiceNow is like a city, and IT workflows are the roads that connect everything, right? And HR workflows are the residential neighborhoods that you have. So CSM workflows are the public services which are being offered, and creative workflows, they are the construction companies which are building new structures when the city expands, right? So within this ecosystem, there are key roles now. There are developers, there are administrators, there are architects and business analysts like you, right? So the translators between the business language and technical design. So which workflow do you think most companies start their ServiceNow journey with? Do you think it is IT? Do you think it is HR or customer service?
IT.
That's correct. Yeah. So most organizations start with IT workflows because it sets the foundation. Now, once the system is stable, they can expand into HR and beyond that, right? Great. So I hope we all were able to align with the understanding of the ServiceNow ecosystem and how it serves such a good role into different domains, and what are the different tools that are involved into here. Now, moving to the ServiceNow release model and architecture. Architecture might sound a heavy word, but trust me, there is nothing heavy into understanding this, because today is all about keeping it very light and easy. So now we can see, now let's look under the hood, right? How ServiceNow is structured. So ServiceNow follows a twice a year release cycle. Why ServiceNow is in high demand? Because it keeps evolving with time. Any individual who is into new technologies, who is progressive. Let me see if I'm, yeah. So, right. So I was saying that any individual who is progressing with the time or who is moving ahead, they're upskilling themselves. I see many people who have spent 10 years into the industry. Uh, right now, when we were having introductions, who have spent, good amount of time in other technologies, they're still having this desire to learn service now. So what you're actually doing, you're setting yourself up for success. Why? Because you're progressing over the time, you're updating yourself. You're you know, in IT world, there is no survival if we don't stay updated with the technologies which are in demand. So this is really good to see that okay, the dedication, the excitement, the enthusiasm that you have over, or after, even after covering so much of time into one domain, and then you are willing to shift into next one. That is exactly what sets you apart from the crowd. So similarly, now ServiceNow would have been outdated from a long time back, but it doesn't. Why? Because they keep on having new releases. They keep on updating themselves, updating their tool as per the demand of the economy, right? What the organizations need. They keep on adding new things to it. So as I was saying, ServiceNow follows a twice a year release cycle. Every 6 months, a new version comes out. Each release is named alphabetically after a major city. For example, Tokyo, we have Ottawa, we have Vancouver, we have Washington, DC, and so on. So companies usually stay on the current or previous version, what we call a N-1 model. So from an architecture perspective, I would say ServiceNow follows a multi-instance model. Now we say multi-instance, that means that every customer has their own independent instance, right? That's different from something which is multi-tenant systems like Salesforce, if any of you have worked into that tool as well. So it what this multi-tenant helps in, it just ensures that there is better data isolation, better performance and control. For example, uh, if we are doing salon, if we are doing something related to your grooming in salon, right? We don't do that stuff into the kitchen of a food outlet. Why? Because both things are different. So that is exactly how ServiceNow multi-instance architecture works. So you do the coding in one environment, you do the testing in another, and then there is another environment for the client where they actually see the things live when they're ready. So that is known as dev, test, and prod. Dev environment where you do the development, test environment where the keyword does the testing, and production environment where the client actually uses it, right? It just helps to have a better data isolation, better performance, better control, and no mixing up of things. So a typical enterprise setup will include these kind of the environments, three which I've already told you. Now there is obviously, just like you said, that if any company has to start from a flow, over here you said it will start from IT. Why? Because it sets the foundation. Now what all is included into IT? It's your assets. Because now suppose there are 500 employees, so there are 500 laptops, and maybe some of them are using two, some of them are using three. They need one bigger screen, they need some two laptops, their work is heavy, something like that. Now on which servers these things are working, how many routers are there, which Wi-Fi connections are there. So all of these kind of information, where is this all stored? Where do we manage this? So at the core of this architecture, there are two vital components, which is CMDB and CSTM. So CMDB is Configuration Management Database, which stores information about every IT asset and the relationship between them. For example, I have my laptop and it is connected to a certain Wi-Fi in my company, right? If I'm working in office, so there are relationship between the, and I have Microsoft 365 license. What is my unique ID? So the relationship between the IT assets that I'm owning as a person in company, that is CMDB is all about. So every company has their CMDB data because it's basically about the digital assets that we are owning. And then we have CSTM, which is Common Service Data Model. So it is a standardized framework. It's just a framework, like a set of policies, which helps business align services, right? Align the business services with the technical assets which are supporting them. So I would say CSTM works as a framework for CMDB and for ServiceNow. It gives you a set of guidelines. It is a framework which will help you understand okay, how the business services should be aligned with the technical assets in the company. So just to make it a little easier, if I have to give make you understand this with an example, so you can think of a bank, right? The internet banking service depends on the servers that are there in the bank, the databases, because in databases they have record of all the customers, how much money they have saved, invested or locked down, and the applications, right? So all the dependency information lives inside the CMDB and CSTM. So if the one server will go down, ServiceNow will immediately identify which services and users are impacted. So your I think around the Diwali, if most of you remember, the AWS services went down very badly, right? Why? Because most of the people were on leave or some issues were there. And then the entire world would have stopped because people are using it in like billions. So, but they were able to resolve the issue ASAP. How? Because they are also using CMDB. So CMDB just helps you understand, okay, if you own 500 different servers or databases, which one actually cracked or got interrupted. So it actually points out to the default one, and it helps you restore the service as quick as possible. So this is how CMDB and CSTM helps you, right? So now this structure ensures that ServiceNow can integrate with any system, right? So which makes it a very good for having a like good backbone for the company. Any questions so far on this slide?
Habib here, Mr. Gurpreet. So what I understood from you that CMBD actually is a model that actually stores and keep all the data, like any issues or anything happen within the company platform as far as their hardware, software, or networking, any issues, any problems that happen. So CMBD actually stores all that information into their system. That's what I
Right.
understood.
Yes, CMDB, you're actually right. It's like just a little bit of change over here, that CMDB actually stores the IT assets of the company. For example, your CPU, your screen, your Wi-Fi, your servers,
Right.
databases, your mouse. And the issues that are getting faced over here, those are logged under IT workflows over ITSM, incident management. So if your router went down, you can raise an incident, it will be getting resolved. So that process is covered under IT workflow, but the IT assets, which where you will be having issue, all that is under CMDB. So CMDB is, we can think of it as a repository where all of your IT assets are together stored, right? They're keeping a track of that. So more like that. But the issues that are being faced in these IT assets, they will be taken care by the ITSM workflows.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yes, thank you.
So now that we've understood what is ServiceNow, the ecosystem, the architecture behind it, now why ServiceNow BA is important? Because ServiceNow is just a tool, right? If people don't know what they want and who should approve their, this process, what the process is, then even the best tool will fail, as it says. So a BA, a business analyst, will make sure that the right problem is captured, the right solution is built, the right people are involved. Now, if suppose in a company, if there are two people, okay, I will share actually a real life example from my own experience. But yeah, so this is where a ServiceNow business analyst comes in. You tell them that, okay, this is the actual problem and this is the right solution. And these are the people who are getting impacted by it. So we need to solve that. That's why a ServiceNow BA is very important. So even when I started my BA career, we actually set up the team in our organization. People were not aware of the importance of this role. But once we got into the picture, we started doing our work. And I think it happened once that we had to work on some another project which demanded like all the working hours of the week. So we couldn't be into other projects. And when we got out, the entire project scattered, the 10 projects, they all were like gone all over the places. Why? Because now there was nobody who was bridging the gap between the client and the technical team. So that's why a ServiceNow business analyst serves a very critical role. Once you get into the picture, you're telling them that, okay, this is the problem, this is how we need to solve it, and these are the people who will be involved. So without this information, there is no foundation of the project, there is no alignment to the things. Now, I was saying that, okay, let me share something real. I have worked with business analysts who had no technical background, right? And but they asked the best questions in the room. So developers trusted them and clients loved them. So why? Because they understood people, they understood the processes, and they knew about the expectations of the client. So skill beats the background always. If you have this skill, you will always be on the better front, right? Now, if we have to talk about that, okay, what does a ServiceNow BA does actually? So we have to break the myth that they do the coding or they do any kind of configuration or they don't do only admin work. No, they don't. They actually talk to the business users. So you are the front face of the project. You're talking to client. It helps you a lot in making good connections, in having a good exposure, upskilling yourself. You understand the problems, right? You convert those problems into requirements. Now you're coming to me and you're telling me, Gurpreet, I'm from this background and this is my goal. This is why I'm into this training. So I'm actually, for me, you are the business users. You are my client. I'm understanding your problem. I'm understanding your goal, right? And I will write it down that, okay, this person has this goal, and I need to ensure that my training plan is customized according to that way, that by the end of this training they feel that, okay, this their goal has been accomplished. So I'm converting your problem into requirement, and now I will work with my team, with Sudesh and everybody in my team. We will make sure from A to Z everything is getting covered for you to achieve that goal. So you work with developers and admins similarly in ServiceNow, and then you validate the solution. So how we will validate the solution? We will check with you how good you're feeling throughout the training, how aligned you are with us. Are you grasping the content? Are you able to, are you feeling ready for the market? Is our training helping you? So we are validating the solution similarly in ServiceNow by asking client to test the things which we have built. And then there is a support go live. So go live is when your product is ready and you put it into client's environment, that, okay, that's like their playground where they actually use for example, we developed some portal for them where they were using 10 different services. So when we put into client's environment, that is known as go live. So this is actually what ServiceNow BA does. Now, if I have to talk about the day in the life of a BA, so suppose you got up, you logged into your work, you had your workshop with the HR team of a company because you're doing their HRST process, right? You're creating their onboarding workflow. Now, currently, when their employees are getting onboarded, the process is very manual. They are doing through Excel sheets, through emails, and it is very chaotic. They're not able to track anything. But then, so now they want an automated thing, and they see that, okay, ServiceNow has this HRSD onboarding solution, which will streamline our all the HR processes, onboarding, offboarding, transition to a different role, all that. So in the morning, you have your workshop with your HR team, you try to understand the current business, and then you align it with your ServiceNow solutions. In the afternoon, now that you have the requirement, you are converting those requirement into user stories. So we will deep dive into what a user story is. Many of you who are already BA, they might be familiar. User story is a small piece where whatever is the need of the client, we convert it into a proper format so that the technical people can refer to that as a source of truth, and they build on the base of whatever is written over there. And in the evening, suppose in the afternoon you wrote a user story and it was a small one which required only 2 number of hours to complete. Your developers did it, and in the evening you're giving the demo to the client that, okay, this is what you wanted, this is what we are showing you. And next day the client says, this is exactly what we wanted, right? So it is not necessary that you have to do all of the activities into a single day. Sometimes your workshop could go for 2 weeks, right? Suppose every other day, every alternate day, you have your workshop with the client. And then in the first 2 weeks, you do the requirement gathering. In the next 2 weeks, you write the user stories. And then your developers take another 2 weeks to develop those things. And then you give a demo, right? And then the client do the testing. So this is how a typical project lifecycle looks like. Everybody gets a definite time to complete their to-dos. And at the end, if client is satisfied, then the project receives a really good CSAT score, and everything is like everybody are aligned and happy. So this is how the day in the life of a ServiceNow BA looks like. Now talking about sorry, somebody has a question.
Just a quick question, Ms. Gurpreet. This is Habib here again. When you use the term in afternoon, like writing user stories, is this just a sentence you're using, or this is the actual language of BA in the real world?
No, this is just an example that how the day, because sometimes what happens when we are working in a project, suppose I had my workshop with the client today morning, right? And I had my workshop yesterday as well. So for the yesterday, whatever requirements I've noted down, now after my today's workshop, which is the second workshop with client, in the afternoon, I'm doing the yesterday's work. I'm writing the user stories. So it's not a statement. It's just like I'm telling you that, okay, in the afternoon, this is the another activity which you could do as a
ब्रेकिंग न्यूज, ये तेजा जहाज इंडिया का ये फ्लाई कर रहा था और आते गिरी.
Just give me a second.
Oh, sorry to hear. So, Mr. Gurpreet, what I was asking that when you working in actual project.
Please just give me a second. Let me try to mute over here. Yeah.
Sorry.
You can mute all of them.
Actually, I'm using my different device, so I'm not sure over here what control.
I didn't mean to interrupt you. Just have a question.
Yeah. No worries. Yes. So I think now the voice is gone. Sudesh, can you please help me with navigating the mute all option over here?
Because I'm not the host, I can't. You can only do that as a host. You need to go to the participants.
Participants.
And when the participants show up, then you can mute all. Or you can do it individually too. You can mute them.
Okay. Right. For now, I have muted everyone. But I hope if Habib wants to have any, if you want to talk, he can unmute himself, right?
Yes, they can. Yeah.
Perfect. Okay. So I'm going back to the PPT now. Yes, Habib, you were asking the question.
Yeah. So I just want to go back to that phrase. So let's say I'm a client and I tell you, you as a BA, this is what I want. So the information that I give you in your actual world, what would you call those statements? These a documents from the client or client information? What would you use these nodes for? Like, what is the name you're gonna give it to them?
Yeah, so the things which client is telling me, those are actually their business needs. Those are their requirements, right? And when I rewrite their requirements into a particular format of ServiceNow, those are known as user story. I can understand currently it might be confusing that, okay, what she means by writing user story, right? We are getting a business need or a requirement from a client. So
I think I got it.
Yeah, okay.
Thank
Great.
you.
Thank you. So next is that we have me. Let me go here to the last slide, and then we will have an overview of our roadmap. So now it's just Habib, it's just about that. Okay, in a day, what all activities a BA is doing sidewise, like you're also understanding the business of the client, you're gathering the requirement, then you're converting those requirements into a proper stories which the team can see and refer to as, and then you also give a demo to client sidewise, right? So these are just a typical activities in the day of a BA, ServiceNow BA, I would say. Then we have career growth and money, right? So from a business analyst, you can get yourself promoted to a senior business analyst. You can also become a product owner, because you see, as a business analyst, you're actually interacting with the client, you're owning the product, you are rewriting their business requirements, their business needs, right? So you can be a product owner as well in the coming time if you are well aligned with the company and you understand their product in and out. Then you can also be solution consultant, because you're already giving them the solutions that, okay, this is okay, you're facing a problem in your IT, this one, okay, we have incident management, you're facing in your onboarding, we have HRSD. So you're already giving them solutions. You can become a solution consultant as well in the coming time from business analyst. Now solution consultant will be more of like emphasized on the giving solutions to client and not focusing only on the BA part, right? That's another thing. It's just all about upskilling yourself with the coming time. And then you can also be a manager or an architect. So from a business analyst, this training, you can also be a good project manager, because now that you've understood ServiceNow, so I heard about Vinay, right? He said that he has been serving as a PM. Now this course, if he learns about ServiceNow tool, he can be a project manager into ServiceNow as well. It is going to be very helpful. And he can also say that, okay, I am here to I know the BA thing as well, so I can serve multiple hats. So the more skilled you are, more you get paid, more is your career growth. So yeah, it's all about how well you can do. And then ServiceNow has a global demand. It is in Canada, US, Europe market, almost everywhere. And then it has a long-term relevance, because the way they have built such a strong ecosystem, it is not going anywhere in the coming 10 to 15 years. So it has a very long-term relevance in those perspective. So now we talk about how doable is this career, right? Now, for non-tech people, I would say you're not expected to build the system. You are expected to explain the problem clearly, right? And for freshers, I would say you're not expected to know everything. You're just expected to learn the structured thinking. You need to think in a structure that, okay, first I need to understand the client's current process. Then I need to align it with my ServiceNow knowledge. Then I give them the proper solution, and then we move ahead. For working professionals, you already do 60% of this unknowingly. Once you will go through the training, you will understand that, okay, how you can map it with your ServiceNow knowledge, right? So if you can explain the problem clearly to another person, you can be a ServiceNow business analyst. That is for sure. So that was all. Now I will have a quick overview of the roadmap in this training, since we have already covered many areas. Now let's go to the curriculum, which is going to be there. So the phase one would be about IT business analyst core fundamentals. So over here, we will cover that, okay, what business analysis is, the introduction to business analyst role, right? And what is the project life cycle? What are the different models in the project life cycles that are there? We have software development life cycle, we have waterfall model, we have agile model, right? And then we have Scrum framework with examples. So these all are like parts of which are getting covered under business analyst itself. Then another core skill which is very important for a business analyst is to know the stakeholder management, the requirement management. So how you handle your stakeholders, your clients, how you communicate with them, the type of requirements you need to understand, whether this is a technical requirement, functional or non-functional, right? And how well you can write down your requirements, how well you can do the analysis. And once you do the requirement gathering, there are different techniques. I am gathering requirement maybe on the Excel, I am doing it maybe on the process flow, I'm designing a flow, or maybe I'm doing it some another form. So there are different requirement gathering techniques which we will explore. It makes your work 10 times easier. Then we have requirement documentation. So we document the business needs. When we do it, it is called user stories, right? It is called business requirement document, functional requirement document. Then we have process and system analysis. So once you have done the requirement gathering, now you need to map it with the ServiceNow. So you do the business process modeling, you do the gap analysis, you also do the impact analysis. What is gap analysis? It is basically understanding where the customer's process is lagging, where are they facing where are the bottlenecks, where are they facing the delays. So you do those kind of analysis, where are the gaps, and then you understand the impact on the process, that okay, if the people are not completing their task on time, their process is getting delayed by 10 days, by a month, right? So that is impact analysis and change management. Then you also learn about prototype and wireframe. Lastly, under BA, we have analytical and validation techniques. So you do the data analysis and reporting. So we definitely get to know that, okay, how to do the reporting part. Like we prepare reports for the higher management to look into it. Then we also learn about how to create different use cases, user story development, right? Risk analysis also you do, just like we do the gap and impact analysis, there is risk analysis as well. Suppose you're building something for client, it can have certain dependency, certain risk, right? You sit with your technical architect, the person who is in charge of the development or coding, you sit with them, you do the brainstorming, and you just share your thoughts aloud that, okay, this could be the risk, leading to it, once you have a good understanding of ServiceNow. And lastly, we have UAT and validation. So UAT is nothing, many of you will, who are already in IT, they are familiar. It is user acceptance testing. So once you have built the product for the client, now they do the testing of it and then they approve of it. So they validate it and then you are completed with the project. So these are the different areas which we will be covering under business analyst fundamentals. That will be the phase one of the training. In phase two, this is the foundation of ServiceNow, where we will be learning the administration fundamentals. So over here, you will get familiar to what is ServiceNow, what are the releases, since we have already covered it, so we are good so far. Then ServiceNow architecture, CMDB and CSTM. So we will deep dive into it, right? Because it's very important to understand. It sets the foundation of any for your career in ServiceNow or any IT project, right? Then you will also learn to navigate the ServiceNow user interface. So ServiceNow, it comes with the instance which is known as PDI, personal developer instance, right? You will understand the instance that, okay, what is this header, what is this application navigator, how we can search for things. You will also learn what are the different applications in ServiceNow, what are the modules, right? For example, we have ITSM application, which is about IT workflows. Under it, the modules could be incident management, change management, or problem management, right? So this is how it goes. And then you will learn that, okay, what are the different tables in ServiceNow? Tables are nothing but it's like where we store the data, where are the records stored. So you're raising an issue where it is getting captured in the backend. There is some repository, there is something where the data is getting captured, that is known as table. There are lists, there are records, there are forms. Then we will know about user and role management, that how you can create different users, roles, and groups. For example, you're working for a company who need their HR process. Now you will capture the number of HR users that are there. What roles are there. So who is HR admin? Who is HR manager? Who is the HR associate? Or who is the employee? Those kind of roles. And which groups do they fall under? Is it from somebody from the HR team, IT team, legal team, finance team? Then based on the roles, they need to have certain access. For example, if I am an HR admin, I can actually approve your leaves, or maybe delete it, or maybe as an HR admin, I can only view it, but as your manager, I can approve or reject your leave. So role based access control. And then impersonation and workspace. So impersonation is nothing but you can impersonate yourself as some another role, and you can see that, okay, how the things look like to another person. Usually only the admins have this role. Then we have access control list, again about giving the right access. It is about ensuring there is proper security. So then we have a these are like some technical things, business rules, UI policies, but I would say not so technical that you as a business analyst shouldn't be aware of. You need to know the functional aspect of it, because what if client comes to you and you have to build a service for them? There is a form, and on the form they say, we want this field to be editable, we want this field to be read only, we want this field to be mandatory. So you can tell them that how that will be done, using a business rule or using a UI policy. So I'm not saying that you have to actually create a business rule or to create a UI policy. You don't have to do that, but you just need to know the requirement client is asking for, using which feature of ServiceNow it can be done. So only high level understanding as a BA. Then you need to know about notifications. What are the triggers for those notifications, SLAs, and their types. Then we will understand about the different forms in ServiceNow. What are the fields over there? What are their types? The layout of the form, the related list we have there, right? We will have for each of the topic. We will have live demos, hands-on practice on the instance, because theory is one thing, but seeing things on live environment, that's another. So that should be that's how the learning should be. When we do the things in practical, we adapt to things really quick. Then we have workflow and automation. So we will understand how the workflows are automated in ServiceNow. How you will be surprised to see that how easy it is to create a workflow, right? Suppose your laptop is facing issue. There is a form, you fill in, you submit it. Somebody from the IT team gets assigned on it. They look into the issue, they do the review, analysis, they solve it, and your request is closed. So now all of this process, which I was explaining, it is nothing but a workflow, right? Process is nothing but a workflow. And in ServiceNow, we have out of the box things built already. You just need to do the minor touch-ups and your things are ready. So then we have notifications and approvals as well. Now, suppose in order to give you a new laptop, a manager approval is required, or the operations manager approval is required. You can also add on approvals in that workflow, right? Then just like you watch Netflix, you get the subscription, right? You have different kind of subscription, standard, premium, and basic, right? Similarly in ServiceNow, we have plugins, we have licenses. So suppose if you want to use the IT module of IT application in ServiceNow, you have to buy that license, and then there are plugins within it which you need to activate, right? So there are update sets. So whatever work you're doing, they get captured into the update sets. There are integrations, right? So this will be all a part of our ServiceNow admin fundamentals, which is the foundation of ServiceNow. That will be phase 2. In phase 3, now since you have already covered that, okay, what is ServiceNow, you know the BA. In phase 1, we will do everything about ServiceNow BA. Then we will do in module phase 2 everything about ServiceNow admin. Now you need to specialize at least in the one of the core module. So first one is ITSM, second is HRSD. So we will emphasize on ITSM a lot more because there are a lot of job opportunities in the market for this module and for HRSD. So we will cover the ITSM overview. We will also understand the ITL. It is just a framework, a set of guidelines based on which ITSM runs, right? So we will cover all the key ITSM modules and concepts. We will understand the roles in ITSM. Then we have incident management. So now you raised the issue that there is a life cycle behind it. There is a workflow behind it, right? You will also understand the incident life cycle, how to create and manage them, how to prioritize an incident. For example, if your server went down, you have a critical client meeting. Now you raise an issue in the company, you raise an incident, but how would you tell them that, okay, this is a high priority incident? You will prioritize it. There is a field on the form which says this is a P1 priority high, then we have medium priority, then we have low priority. What will be the impact and urgency? So there is a proper matrix behind the calculation. Then assignment rules or escalation rules needs to be there. If somebody is not completing their task on the given time, there has to be an escalation to which team it should be assigned. If the issue is for the IT team, it should go to them. If it is for the legal team, it should go to them. There are SLAs which are there to keep a track that, okay, if a person has been given 2 days, they complete their task within the given time. And then how incident resolution versus automatic closure. So this is all about incident management. Now, incident is a sudden disruption to a service, but when it keeps repeating itself, for example, today I faced issue with my laptop, but if I keep facing it daily, now it will be a problem. So in order to manage that, there is a different process under ServiceNow ITSM, that is problem management. So first we will understand the difference between incident and problem. Then we understand the life cycle of a problem. So in problem management, we do the root cause analysis. If my laptop is not working daily, there must be some root cause, right? We need to do the analysis. We need to understand the error behind it. What are the workarounds? There will be certain tasks I will create to resolve it. So that is all about problem management. Now I see that, okay, this problem is not something that I can fix. I would rather have to change my laptop itself in the first place. So that is now change management. Then we will read about the change. There are 3 types of change in ServiceNow: normal, emergency, and standard, depending on the conditions. We will deep dive into it in the coming course. Then what are the change models and the task? There are certain meetings and approvals for it, risk assessment. These all are like nothing but a part of change management. Then we have service request management and catalog. So service catalog is basically one-stop shop for you to request for anything. You can have self-service, you can raise an incident, you can request for a laptop. You go there, you search for request laptop, that form will be visible to you. You fill in it, you submit it, and the workflow behind it will be automated. So that is what a service catalog is. It is collection of the different requests your organization offers you, right? Then we have knowledge management. Now, suppose one employee faced password reset issue. Now, for everybody, the process is same. 500 employees are there. For the rest 499, they don't need to raise an incident. They don't need to come to the HR team again and again. There is a knowledge repository. So it's like a collection of self-help guides, the Word documents or the PDFs or the Excels, where you can go and you can type in that, okay, I need help with password reset. And there is a step-by-step guide document which is given there. So now it is helping in reducing 499 different requests and incidents. You can instead go to the knowledge management, you go to the repository and you can look into it. Then we have reportings and dashboards. So there are different reports now. So now that you have automated the incident management or problem or change, Now you can create reports for it that, okay, your incidents got resolved within 30 days now instead of 6 months. Your these incidents are open, these are unassigned, these are assigned. So all those kind of reports can be generated in ServiceNow very easily, in fact, and those are shown on the dashboards. So it helps the management to keep a track how efficient the processes are running or where the lags are. So that will be all about our one of the core module in ServiceNow, which is ServiceNow ITSM. Then we have ITBM. So there will be little restructuring over here, because over the time, what we have realized that there are a lot of job opportunities in Canada and US market for ServiceNow HRSD role. We will be including more of it. And in this module, we will cover mainly agile part, which is very important for you as a business analyst. It is about creating the stories, the sprints, right? How to assign a story and all that. So that is all. Now we are open for Q&A if there are any questions.
Thank you, Gurpreet. Thank you, Gurpreet, for the wonderful session. Thank you so much for giving us such an in-depth knowledge and sharing the roadmap. This is good. So, folks, I know it's a little late, but I do have 15 minutes maximum. And our next session is on Wednesday evening, 8:30 p.m. And after that, Friday, 8:30 p.m. Okay. And thank you very much. So guys, Chaitanya, you have a question?
Oh, yes, sir. Hi,
All right.
Gurpreet.
Just
Thank you
before
so
you
much.
go ahead, one second.
It's
Before you
such a
go ahead, if you have a question, please use your raise hand emoji at the bottom of your screen so that we can come to you one by one. Yes, Chaitanya, you're the first. Please go ahead.
Gurpreet, such a wonderful session, and I
Thank you.
appreciate that. My question is, how about the domain knowledge? Will you be covering the domain knowledge, and how much of depth is involved in service portfolio management? Because I see there is a lot of openings in service portfolio management. Yeah, and what are the domains that may be considered to be covered, and what are the domains that is worth looking at? Thank you.
I just want to answer the first part of Chaitanya's question about the domain knowledge. Chaitanya, can you just run us a little bit about your career background? What is your work experience on? Are you from tech? Are you from non-tech? What is your background?
I worked in IT service desk environment for over 6 years back in India
Okay.
in TCS. But
Okay.
then now I moved to US. I just finished my
Okay.
master's
Okay.
in business analytics. But right now,
Okay.
when I'm checking on the openings, I see they're expecting domain knowledge. So that's why.
Okay. Well, when it comes to ServiceNow, when you're going on the technology side as a specialization, that technology knowledge is your domain. You don't need to have if you have banking or healthcare domain, if you have that skill set, it's good. But if you don't need, it's okay. You need to specialize on the ServiceNow projects, how to support and implement. That is the knowledge they're expecting for folks who are going technology specific. You got it, Chaitanya? 90% of your questions will be based on your concepts on ServiceNow, 10% on the BA. You don't, so that is why most of our candidates who do not have domain experience, we are able to transition them because they are able to show that ServiceNow is their domain. Okay.
Thank you.
Okay. Okay. Diana. Hi, Diana. You're next.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Yeah.
Yes. Within the training, basically what you guys go over daily, you will receive recording, but like I was seeing like the PowerPoint that the previous presenter
Yeah.
went through. We have some types of PDF or any types where we can go back and refer, or we
Yeah.
need to look up like certain terms in case you guys, go fast during class. So we would need to go back and review on our own time. Like what's in
Yeah. Yeah. That's a great question, Diana.
besides just come to the like.
Yeah, that's a great question. Yes, all of our sessions are recorded, so we're going to send you the recording. That's the first part. Second is most of the trainings are very practical based over here, a combination of practical concept and a little bit of theory to help you guys understand how to handle different situation. Yes, we do share the screenshot. If only you want certain screenshots, if you want from a PowerPoint, we will share it in a chat group. We create the chat group once we have the batch finalized, which will happen a week's time. Yes.
My next question is, do we have access to sandbox of the ServiceNow
Yeah,
practice?
you do. You do. You do. You'll be working in a developer instance, but can you give Gurpreet, can you give us a little bit of more information on the practical side of the training, please, on the ServiceNow instance?
Yes. So right now, like it is more, it is something more which I can demonstrate. So maybe in our upcoming session, I will show you what a ServiceNow instance exactly is and how we can navigate it. But it's like a practical place where you can actually do the things which you're reading about. You can see them live, that how they work behind the picture. So that will be all. But yeah, there needs to be a proper session for that topic, understanding the instance and the components in it.
Yeah, I think we have some questions coming in the chat too.
Yeah, I just want to
I think,
know if anything,
sorry,
since
Diana,
this is
you still,
IT, you have to, log in and do hands-on. I want to know where we have access to the actual service now. Practice.
you have access to the developer instance. Yes. Did I answer your questions, Diana?
Yes.
Thank you. All right, I've got some questions in the chat. We'll address them real quick. If we have to add any coding, which one have the advantage? Sid, is this your question, Sid? Sid Kumar, are you there? Can you answer that question, Gurpreet, in the chat? If we
Sorry,
have to
can you
add any
go ahead
coding, which
again?
one has the advantage?
I think Sid is trying to say something. I just want to understand his question. He said,
Yeah,
if we
me
have to
too.
add any coding, which one have the advantage? Like he's comparing which two things. I just want to understand.
My question is just to if we have to add up any coding or anything with the service now, what can we do?
Okay, so you're saying within ServiceNow, you want to go for the technical role where you are also able to code, right?
Absolutely.
Okay, so there is a proper training for that as well, which is known as ServiceNow Dev training. Sudesh, I think I would let you answer this question better if we have any upcoming batch for the ServiceNow Dev.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we do.
I'll wait
Different
for that.
program altogether.
Sorry, Sudesh, I'll wait for that. That was a general question, so I'll wait
Okay.
for after once we finish this course.
Okay.
I'll wait for that. Thank you.
Yeah, that's a different program, guys. We do provide ServiceNow developer training and career transition too. In 3 regions, we do that. But yeah, there we're talking about administrative skills and development skills. It's a whole different conversations. Yes, I can have it offline and talk about that, Sid. We can talk about it. So another question from Uju Diru. So ITSM workflows helps you take care of issues using ServiceNow. Please clarify.
Okay, so yes, ITSM workflows lets us take care of the issues that companies facing using ServiceNow. Yeah. What kind of more information, like, do you want to know more about the incident management and change management, right?
Yeah, I think even that's all the question was. Okay.
Yeah, right.
Another question from Chaitanya. How many projects will be doing in the training? Will there be any projects end to end will be doing that would resemble the real time? This training is real time, guys. Okay. Here you do not have the bandwidth to do a full-fledged project in 12 weeks. That's not possible. What you're really going to do is you as a BA, you are showing your expertise in the ServiceNow administration tool, ITSM, ITB, IT business management, HRST module. Each of the modules are humongous. So you are going to get a working knowledge. We're going to teach you the working understanding of the various workflows in the admin tool, in the ITSM, and all these modules. So you don't work as a project, but you'll be working on the concepts which will help you understand how to work as a BA in a support project and implementation project. Right, Gurpreet? Would you like to add up to that?
No, I think that's right. So we also like if you want, we keep on having our assessments and case studies in between, where we give you a scenario from a real-time project that okay, this is the situation and this is how you should be approaching it. So yeah, those kind of activities are there for better exposure, I would say. Yes.
Thank you. Thank you, Gurpreet. And a question from Parimala. Yes, Parimala, this question, everybody who is looking to transition as a ServiceNow business analyst must complete CSA certification, which is the Certified System Administrator ServiceNow certification, which is $300, which you will do in the end of the training. We will give you the latest dumps. In fact, me and Gurpreet, we were discussing about it, that now we also expect our candidates to have a little bit of CMDB, configuration management database knowledge too, with the certification. So we will train you especially for the certifications. Upon that, you can go ahead and clear that. This is extra on top of the training. It's not included, which you will be taking the certification from the ServiceNow University. Okay. Yes, we also, through our company from Lead Techno Consulting, we will also certify you as a certified ServiceNow business analyst professional, trained professional. Will certify you, but you also need to have a global certification, which is from the ServiceNow University, which is the game changer. It is must. We need that. Okay.
Right.
Yes, Paula, you need to pay that separately, 300 USD. Okay. And Shafi, I'm a kind of a back-end IT admin person and never had any BA role. Do you think for me, ServiceNow admin or developer role will be more fit? I do want to tell you that most of the administrator roles are done by the developers itself. So we don't really find much of the ServiceNow admin roles. And even if you get one, you don't get paid much. One of the most highly paid guys are the developer guys and architect guys and business consultants like BAs. Okay, if you are a people person and you're terrible at coding is of no interest, I would recommend you to strongly get into a BA and work your way towards becoming a ServiceNow business associate and consulting roles. There is so much of career growth in this area. You can also become a business development manager, account manager, partners. You can become an expert in certain modules. You get paid really, really well. But yeah, I really refer you, if you want to become an admin, um, I would recommend you the job opportunities are less on the admin area because most of the developers are doing the admin role also. So you really don't want to put so much time, but try working towards business analyst role. It doesn't matter if you have to be a extrovert or whatever, as long as you're able to understand where the solution is coming up. You're able to work with the architect and able to collect the requirements. You're able to understand the client requirement and you're able to deliver from the ServiceNow point of view. You're absolutely fine, guys. Okay, give it a shot. But admin role, I will not endorse it, guys. Okay, okay, Shafi. All right. And
Yes.
what else? Who else? Anybody
I think
else?
I think we have one question from Emmanuel. He said, so is this a kind of a Scrum Master role? I would say, no, a Scrum Master is not same as a business analyst in ServiceNow, but they work very closely together, especially if this is a agile ServiceNow project, right? So you can think of Scrum Master as a director, but the business analyst as a script writer, right? So who understands the audience, but Scrum Master ensures that, okay, the shoot runs smoothly. So that's more of a like project manager role or different, but system business analyst is a altogether different. Yeah.
Okay, we got some interesting questions coming up, so I'm going to take turns. Let me go to the people who are raising hands, then I'm going to come back to you, Rafael. Hi, Vinay. Hi, Vinay.
Um, Hi. First of all, thanks, Gurpreet, for the session. I have
Thank
a quick question. How can I see ServiceNow being implemented across various domains? So, how can ServiceNow, from a workflow point of view or data model point of view, how easily can it be customized or configured to adapt to a particular specific domain?
Okay. So when you say domain, are you referring to as in IT HR or in terms of the different roles you're saying the PM and ServiceNow BA, right?
For example, let's say in a finance domain, in a bank,
Right.
or in a totally different domain, for let's say from a retail domain, uh,
Mm-hmm.
can ServiceNow be how feasible is ServiceNow being getting configured or customized in order to cater to the business processes related to that domain?
Okay, so I would say this totally depends upon, because ServiceNow is a tool, and whichever company has the partnership with them, right? And they're based
Okay,
on the clients they are getting. For example, in if I'm working, and sometimes I keep on getting projects from healthcare, sometimes they are
right.
from private equity firms. So ServiceNow is totally flexible and configurable as per the domain, I would say, because we
Okay,
have a module, we have a specific feature for every area that is there to cover.
okay,
Yeah.
okay.
Yes.
Another one more thing, Gurpreet. Thanks for explaining. But
Mhm.
is there a possibility of creating a purely customized module or a functionality for a particular client or in a particular domain, or we have to stick to the out-of-the-box functionality, which is configurable or customized?
Yeah, so in ServiceNow, it is the best practice to stick to the out of the box, because it's like a predefined tool which has everything
Okay,
already designed very well. So the least you go with the customization, the least technical depth will be there for both the client and for your organization
okay,
during the upgrades. Yeah, so I would say we stick to the out of the box, or whatever is already there. We refer more to the configuration rather than customization. Yeah.
okay, okay. All right. Thanks a lot,
You good?
Gurpreet.
Vinay?
Appreciate it. Yes, thanks. Thanks,
Very
Sudhesh.
good question, Vinay. Very good
Yeah,
question. And
yeah.
let me next go to Jawad. Hi, Jawad. Good evening. How are you?
Good evening. I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing very good. Thanks for coming. And give me a little bit of introduction about you. Which city are you calling from? A little bit about your work experience, please.
I am working as a business analyst for a couple of years now, currently working for a non-profit organization. Like I mentioned in the chat, I recently got my ITIL version 4 foundation certificate. And my question is how many sessions we are expecting and how frequently are you going to have the sessions, like once in a week, twice in a week?
Yeah.
And a couple of questions related to ServiceNow.
Okay.
How different ServiceNow is in comparison with the Cherwell? Just wanted to know these stuff.
Okay. Jawad, you're from US or Canada?
US.
Okay. This is how it is. Every market, we operate very differently. Knowledge area is same, but with the job market transition strategies are very different. So I needed to know that, Jawad. Answering your first question, this session is your second question will be answered by Jaspreet. Regarding your training, this is a 12-week program we're looking at, and 3 sessions a week. We're operating at 8:30 p.m. Eastern time, can go up to 10. We are looking at 3 sessions a week.
Okay.
Okay? All right. Your second question, can you repeat it again for us so that then Gurpreet can look into that?
In the past, I have worked on Cherwell service management, and I want to know how similar it is to ServiceNow, because I know they perform in the same area. They perform in the ITSM. ServiceNow is the biggest player in the market, but we also have Cherwell. So I just want to know if there is overlap of knowledge there.
Right. So, just like, thanks, Jawad, for your question. So, I would say, Sherwell, just like you said, they also offer the IT services. Similarly, we have Amazon Web Services, we have our Salesforce platform, right? And there are many different tools which offer the same IT services. But what sets ServiceNow apart is that it is far more powerful, modern, and in demand today, and it covers way more areas than just ITSM. For example, I know some of the tools which cover only IT part, or only the legal part, or only the sales or marketing part, right? So ServiceNow has an upper hand. Although they are still offering, Sharewell is offering IT services, so is ServiceNow, but there is a difference in the quality of the product and the demand in the market, I would say. Yeah.
Okay, sounds good. Thank you,
Very
Gurpreet,
good
and thanks for
question.
all
Very
the
good question,
detailed
Jawad.
introduction.
Thanks
Thank
for
you.
coming. Next, let me go to Rafael. Rafael has a very good question over here in the chat. How is this course different from free training on ServiceNow site? Besides the latest dumps that anyone can get online, what makes you a better trainer than the source itself? Okay, that's a great question. I'm going to share some insight and then Gurpreet can also add. It's a very common question I get all the time. See, guys, I tell you something. It's very important that when you're targeting a particular role in ServiceNow, you need to have a very specific knowledge on that. So for somebody who's going on for just for an administrator role, they really need to have more in-depth knowledge about system administrator than a BA itself. Okay, so these are the guys who are going all in. They're looking at all the workflows. They have to look into it. That knowledge is very important. Okay, looking for a BA role, it's a different knowledge, different level of module knowledge you're looking at. Architect level is different. Developer role is different. What is very important for you is when you're talking about career transition, please don't be very overconfident about it or don't trust your own forecast. It's very important for you to get coached and trained by working professionals like Gurpreet, because today we know, because like when you talk about ServiceNow, there's a lot of transition going on. There's a new development going on. There's a lot of information coming up. So you need to be up to date with the knowledge in the ServiceNow ecosystem, and you need to know working knowledge of in different use cases. What do you do as a consultant? Those kind of information will be given only by a trainer. So what we do over here is we work in a very different way. We also work from the ATS side. We know what kind of resume is selected, what amount of keywords are required, do we have knowledge for the market requirement, and our trainings are totally organized based on that, and a lot of industry inputs which are coming from our trainers and from our marketing team, right? So that's my take, but these trainings will get you to understand and speak to a trainer. That's very, very important for you to become a business analyst in ServiceNow. It's not about learning a certification, it's about what you become in this process to get ready for the job. As a consultant, it more matters. It only your mindset can only open when you speak to working consultant. But anyways, Gurpreet, can you share your 2 cents?
Yeah, sure. So, I would say, you said how is this course different from the free training, right? I understand there could be multiple courses. Even sometimes even I looked up to that, referred to some of my people, who wanted to go for this, and I at that time I didn't have the time to, train them. So, but what sets us different is that when you will go through the training, you will realize that how efficient we make it to understand each concept, because we do the live demo on the instance, and we also customize the training content in such a way using real life examples, making it easier for you to understand even in the layman terms. So there are definitely some factors which are separate, apart from that whatever Sudhish has said, that's an add-on to that. So yeah, latest dumps, I mean, you can get from anywhere, but still they keep on changing over the time as per the release or something. So we are not only providing the dumps or the right sources for you to prepare, we are actually sitting with you to go through each thing, right? If you have any queries, any questions, so all the clarities will be given over there. Yeah,
Hi.
that
It's still. I mean, you're not answering my question. I mean, I have heard your presentation, and kudos to you guys. Really nice presentation, but there were a couple of things that I did not agree with. I do not know any company that do any processes on the spreadsheets. For the most part, most companies in the U.S., Canada, and in Europe, which I have worked in all three places, they have a ticketing system in place. So it depends on how big the company is. And what the budget is for the ticketing system. Because we know the service now is very expensive. The subscription is very expensive. We're talking about if it is an enterprise, it can go up to $2 million just to set that up. If it's a small shop, it can go up to 150K USD, right? But and going back to the question that they say before about customizing ServiceNow or using out of the box configuration. For the most part, when you do a subscription on ServiceNow, you have a whole bunch of teams that they help you set it up into your environment. You can have multiple different domains, subdomains, well, combined domains, because a lot of times, companies, they buy other companies, and it is very customizable. This is a SaaS application, which is an online application, And for the most part, you do have multiple different administrators, global admins, or just regular technicians that will take care of the tickets. But my question to you is, getting the information straight from the source, and I'm sure that the source will have not only more reliable but faster information on any upcoming changes. What is your special sauce on this? And I understand, your point of views. I understand, you're trying to sell the business, but I just try to figure it out. What is your special sauce to be better into training any particular BA that or is trying to become a BA? Because I know that you guys are not going to be training to become an architect. ServiceNow, depending on the subscription, they do have architects. In some companies, they don't want to pay the subscription, so they do hire architects in house so they can customize it as needed, so they can save on the extra subscriptions, right? But my question to you is, how what is the special sauce that you're bringing into this training that the ServiceNow doesn't have?
Thank you, Rafael, for your insightful question. I would say you're really thinking out loud, and this is really interesting. In answer to your first question, you said that there are many people nowadays. Almost all the organizations, they are no more relying on Excel. That's true. But still, for some reason, like I work and we keep on getting clients who are still using Excels, right? And even if they're not using Excels, they're using some other legacy tools. For example, they have BMC Remedy, they have Salesforce in the place, they have some other tool which they're not very happy with, and those are not very efficient. So once they get the ServiceNow demo that okay, how efficient this tool is, they buy the license. So people actually pay for the things which makes their lives easier. You said that okay, the subscription is very expensive and all that, but think of an organization. I have my clients who have who are actually worldwide, spread worldwide, and they pay for the subscription because at the end of the day, if they're paying, for example, 1 million, they're getting 10 million sorted. The work is getting aligned. So it all depends on, it's a very subjective topic, I would say. It depends on the need of particular company or the client, what benefits they are seeing, because I'm pretty sure no company is naive enough to spend 1 million into in subscription if they're not getting double out of it. And you're right, we are here business, we are trying to sell this course. But if you're getting the same training on ServiceNow learning, which you mentioned, right, our sources are pretty much same, because if we have to deliver the quality and accurate content, we have to make sure whatever we're delivering to you, it aligns with the product which is there in the market, or whatever they are offering on their original website. But I think it's about the way it is being delivered, because I myself have done multiple on demand courses on ServiceNow. Trust me, they're not as interesting as it sounds. So it is really good if you can go to ServiceNow learning and you can complete that on demand course, but I think it varies from person to person. If people, so there is a trend, sometimes you go to your college, you get the education, and you still need some extra tutoring. So yeah, this is a very subjective topic, I would say. Sudesh, would you like to add on to this anything?
Yeah, I tell you what, it comes to individual, how you pursue towards transition his career. Some of them are very good in self-learning, but that's a very small percentage of people we're talking about. But there's a lot of people who would need a mentorship support and deep training support to understand, because a lot of people are coming from non-tech. So this program is designed in a certain way that somebody from zero non-tech skills can take your time and start studying and transition. Some of the people of our students even come for second training with us. If you sign up for a training, you can get one more training absolutely free with us, because the intention is we really want to see you in a job. So people come and train for longer duration of time, ask a lot of questions, get that extra support with resumes, preparations, projects, interview questions, and various concepts. So it's more of a hand handling over here. Okay, Rafael? All right.
And I,
Any other questions from
thank you.
anybody? Rafael, are we good?
Well, you didn't answer my question, but I guess we're okay. I'm just trying to find out. I mean, the training on ServiceNow is free, and there is a lot of communities as well. You can find a lot of YouTube self training videos as well online, and the dumps that you mentioned that you will provide, they're all for free as well on online. I have worked with multiple different ticketing systems, and I know ServiceNow very well inside out. But
Okay, good.
I was just trying to figure it out. What is what was the key points on this training in particular? That's all.
That's
Rafal, I
okay.
would
But good question. Yeah. Yeah. Go
yes.
ahead. Go ahead,
I would
Gurpreet.
say, yes, Rafal, I would say, from your questions itself, I could figure out that you're well versed with ServiceNow. You can easily differentiate between the different ticketing system. So I would say this training is, more aligned with for people who are new to ServiceNow, right? And they can leverage it to the best. Since you have already accustomed with the platform and you know that okay, these trainings are available, I think it comes down because we have a lot of things going on in our life at the same time. Some people are doing full-time jobs. At the same time, they're trying to upskill themselves or move to different areas, right? So they don't find the time enough that okay, they need to go to different communities or different online platforms to get the dumps or to do the different trainings, right? If they're getting everything consolidated as a part of package at one place, I think that will be more easier for them, and this is what that training gives them. But really good to know that you are familiar with the service now. Thank you so much for your questions.
Okay, thank you so much, guys. With that question, I will have to wrap the session. I would suggest to you that we will take these questions offline because we have totally exceeded the time. I want to tell you, thank you for coming for the first session. The next session is on Wednesday evening at 8:30 p.m. Eastern. And let's continue to take advantage of the first three sessions before you take a call. Okay. And with that, thank you so much for coming and have a great night. See you guys back on Wednesday evening. Have a good night, guys. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.